All right, good morning. Well, Owen already said that he didn't sleep well enough last night. Nathan, I'm assuming, didn't go to bed until like 2 a.m. since he's on fall break. 12? Okay, that's actually earlier than Hannah and I went to bed last night. We decided to organize the children's playroom last night. The Auburn game wasn't going too well, so to distract ourselves from that. Georgia won. Oh, good. Well, I guess if you're a Georgia fan, we're Auburn people in my family.
Wait, do you like Mississippi?
What? Mississippi? No, Auburn. My dad went to college at Auburn, so we're just.
You have like second favorite?
Well, you are. So. Why are y'all talking? No, there's no reason for you to be balking. And there's no reason for Emma to be counting.
Wait, where's Ole Miss?
Ole Miss? I don't know. It's probably in Mississippi.
Wait, you don't have like second favorites? Or like.
No. I'm loyal.
You just have one favorite?
But it's okay because we really don't watch that much football. We watch the Georgia game, the Alabama game, and then we kind of laugh because we have losing seasons pretty much. It's not easy being an Auburn fan. At least not for the last 10 years or so. Emma, please put your dress down. Don't play with the sequins. Every time I have to get on to you, it's permanently recorded on the internet, and everybody in the world can see that I got on to you. So stop. Behave. All right. Anybody remember what last week's passage was about? What it was about? So 2 weeks back, we talked about divorce. Sorry.
It was in Mark.
It was in Mark, yep. If y'all want a cheat sheet, you could open the Bible.
Something about using our time, talent, and resources.
Yeah.
I know that.
Okay. Well, you got the point. We need to sacrifice for the kingdom. Yes. All right. So this week actually is not all that different. Jesus is teaching a similar lesson for a completely different reason. Emma, if I have to tell you again, I'm going to send you to the back with your mother and she's going to pop your butt. Do you understand me? So stop. You're still doing it. Stop. You're still doing it. Go back there. Sit in that chair. Do not touch that dress. Hey, Raymond.
What did Emma do?
Oh, she's in trouble because she wouldn't stop playing with her dress while I was telling her to stop playing with her dress.
It's one of those like colors.
It's got sequins on it, yes. And she's still trying to do it. Emma. You're not sneaky.
Wait, what is that thing called when you can flip it?
They're usually sequins, yeah, but they're double-sided. I don't think hers are double-sided. All right. No. The longer you play with it, the longer it takes us to get through this. Emma Kate. No, ma'am. Do you think I don't have eyeballs? I can see you. I'll make you sit on your hands. All right. Sorry, y'all. We're not wearing that dress to church again. Because we can't pay attention while we wear it. Don't you start that. That's not going to work. It's going to get you in more trouble. Ignore him. Zip it. Don't unzip it. Leave it zipped. Okay? Yeah. Nod your head. Zip it back. Y'all are going to have to sit with mommy. She's going to have to pinch you or something. I don't know. Anyways, this week, we're moving on. We skipped a miracle. Jesus heals this blind guy. In fact, he's got kind of a famous name called Blind Bartimaeus. And you probably heard that name, even if you haven't heard the story. I don't know why. But we're moving to the next lesson that Jesus is teaching his disciples. And it's kind of an interesting one because it touches on a need that we all feel, even if it's not reasonable for us to feel it. What do you do? Okay, so when you get a job, let's think about this. Do you want to stay at the entry level position forever? Why? Why do you want to move up the ranks? For more money or more control, more status, more power? I mean, as you move up, you got people under you, right? So it depends on the job. Like from where I am at the IT department, the next step is director, would be director, which would mean I'd have to be in charge of the IT department. I sent her back there because she won't stop playing with her dress, and I told her that you were going to have to do something. I don't know. Come sit down. You do have the baby, so there's not really much you can do. Sit. She's having a rough day. We're not wearing that dress to church again. She can't stop playing with the sequins. And she's pulling her dress up and doing all kinds of stuff, so.
That's not her issue, not my clothes. Sit on your hand.
Anyways, we all kind of, we want to get promoted, right? Generally, you don't want to stay at the entry-level position forever. Hannah in high school was a CNA for a little bit. Would you want to do that forever?
No, I just went to a next step up, and I'm a nurse. And I still
No, you didn't. You went at least 2 steps up because you could have been an LPN.
That's fair, but it's still the same thing.
Right? So, but it's different. You could have been a tech, right? But the point is, we never really want to stay at the bottom level. And the same thing is kind of true of the kingdom. We don't want to stay in this, oh, I just got saved level. We want to move up. And the disciples, they say something very interesting to Jesus and kind of almost insulting to the rest of the disciples. They make a request that is completely outlandish. They want to be the greatest disciples. And what we're going to look at today is we're going to look at Jesus' response, how he handles this situation. There are 3 responses. Okay? We're going to see how he deals with this conflict that's about to arise between the disciples because 2 of them are saying, hey, we want to be the greatest disciples. And of course, when there are 12 of you, that's going to make the other 10 jealous or aggravated or some combination of those things. And it's very predictable how everybody seems to react here. So let's go. Do I have the remote? I do. Haha. It's going to work. Is off. Now it's going to work. All right. So the first of the 3 responses is that Jesus actually, before he even gets the request, he models what it means to be a servant. Okay. Because again, remember the 2 disciples that are about to come in, they want to be the greatest disciples. Jesus is going to model the behavior he wants them to embody. All right. So let's read verses 35 through 37 together. And James and John, the sons of Zebedee, came up to him and said to him, Teacher, we want you to do for us whatever we ask of you. Now that's an interesting way to say that, isn't it? We want you to do something for us, but we're not going to tell you what it is. We want you to agree first. Is that a good way to get a favor? Oh, we kind of do that though, don't we? we go up to somebody, hey, can I ask you for a favor? And the response is usually, that's what I say. Depends on what it is. But a lot of people go, yeah, sure. What's up? And they've already committed to helping you, even if it's completely unreasonable, because they said, yes, you can ask me for a favor. So it depends on what it is our selfish. We don't want to help unless we feel like it's not that big of a deal. But let's see what Jesus says. Teacher, we want you to do for us whatever we ask of you. I do want to touch one more thing. In English, this doesn't come across very well. All right, it says whatever we ask of you. That means we could imply in English, we want you to do literally anything. Like we want to be in charge of you. But I want y'all to understand, we in Greek, we put, there's a suffix that just makes things less definite. All right, so I want you to look at this. To do for us what we ask of you, but they just add that suffix to make the what slightly less definite. That's all it is. They're not saying we want to be in charge of you. They're making it clear that it's not a not super specific. Like there's maybe even a little deceptive on the disciples' part to say it this way. But we want you to do something for us. And he said to them, Jesus answers, what do you want me to do for you? Not, it depends on what it is. He says, what do you want me to do for you? And they said to him, this is the most ridiculous thing any of the disciples have ever asked for. Grant us to sit, one at your right hand and one at your left in glory. What? Okay. What do we know about the throne room of heaven?
The angels are in there.
The angels are in there.
God.
God.
God is there, yeah. What else do we know about it? Well, there's a throne, right? And we hear that in the Bible there are descriptions of like Jesus sitting at the right hand of the Father, which would imply that there's a left hand of the Father too, like there's another seat. Why would you sit at the right hand of the King in a throne room? Hey, sweetheart. Yeah, so in a human throne room, if you see a throne and then another throne, a little slightly smaller throne, who's going to sit in the slightly smaller throne? The queen. And if you have a third throne, maybe off to the back, even slightly smaller, who would sit in that throne? The top advisor, or a prince, or an important official would sit there. The king is sitting in the big throne right in the middle. So then you gonna join me? Be careful.
Just ignore her.
The implication is that, Jesus, you're the king, you're sitting on the throne, and we want to sit at your right hand and your left hand because we want to be honored as the most important disciples. Again, the disciples are showing that they don't get it. They're missing the point. They want glory for themselves. Now, is it reasonable for them to want glory for themselves?
Daddy.
What are they asking?
Daddy, keep crying for the
That would be like you going to Jeff Bezos, by the way, and saying, hey, Jeff, I have followed your career my whole life. I have paid such close attention to you. I've read all of your books. I've taken all of your master classes, and I want to be CEO of Amazon. What? Why would I do that for you? You're just a follower. Like what? What? Did you earn being CEO of Amazon? But interestingly enough, before he even knows, Jesus just says, what do you want me to do for you? You think he knows what they're going to ask? Yes, he does. He knows it's going to be a ridiculous thing. He doesn't say, sure, I'll do it for you. He says, what do you want me to do? He could have just said, no, that's ridiculous. But he steps out and he says, all right, you can make a request of me. I'm going to offer to help. What do you want me to do? So he's modeling the very behavior that these two disciples, who are way too proud, are not modeling. They're saying, we want to be the greatest, and he's saying, I am going to submit myself to you. What do you want? Do we do that?
No.
Or do we say, no, I'm not going to do a favor for you? What are you talking about?
No, thank you.
You're still sleepy.
You say no.
Where are you going? Where are you going? There is nothing for you there. You cannot have my phone. You can go crawl back to mommy. You want to go crawl back to mommy?
No, he doesn't. Yeah.
Go get her.
You want me? Alex, you want me to get out of come here?
She just like army crawling over here. Emma, leave her alone. All right, so if we are being asked for favors, how do we embody what Jesus is modeling? How do we do what Jesus did?
Be respectful to your parents and pray every night.
I mean, yes, but that's not the context of this. It's not the context of this passage. What did Jesus do? He said, what is it? He didn't default to, no, I'm not going to help you. He said, what do you want me to do? Now, is this a reasonable request? Who are Jesus' favorite disciples?
Nothing.
There are 3 of them.
Peter.
Peter? He's not asking this question for once, by the way, so he's not the one that doesn't get it. John?
Simon.
And
It's Simon.
and James. 2 of the 3 favorite disciples have come to him and said, hey, we want to be the greatest in the kingdom. Yeah, actually, they kind of stayed the favorites, which is funny to me. Because they had an ego about it. Clearly, all 3 of them did. Now, this is being told from Peter's perspective. Peter is the one that Mark is interviewing, is talking to get these stories, because Mark wasn't there for all of this.
Stop.
What do you think the response is going to be from Jesus to this request? So first he says, what do you want me to do for you? And we can model that by doing the same thing. What would you like me to do for you? How can I help you? You think he's going to say, yeah, sure, you can be first and second? And Jesus said to them, the cup that I drink, you will drink, and with the baptism with which I am baptized, you will be baptized. But
Means no.
in suffer for. Sure, why not? We are able, Jesus. The right or left of Jesus? Probably Stephen. Oh. If it's Stephen, probably. Suffer. Baptism with which I was baptized. But I can't. Of this. All right. And then we should be on our in John, and Jesus bad now, does it? They can sit to the right. So in a very